Time now to introduce our most ferocious guest. It is the Dark Lord of Dance himself.
Bit of a disaster, I'd say.
Hey! Oh my goodness! Oh, Craig is here with your very gorgeous little friend. Who is she?
Sophie.
She's a little
She's doing my little
Sophie. Sophie, I love your dress.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Is
She's channeling
something.
Darcy Bustle tonight.
She is as well. Hopefully we'll get a couple of little doggy pirouettes before the show is out. By the way, you seem to have really softened up this weekend.
Yes.
You were handing out the nines quite willy-nilly, I thought, at one point.
Well, it was such a wonderful show with amazing dancing. And, of course, Sophie softened me off as well, haven't you, darling?
Oh,
she's 13, bless her, and her tongue
13?
hangs out of her head. She hasn't got any teeth, bless her.
Bless.
She's
But
a
you
wonder
are
dog. Little Princess Sophie.
Oh, you had to soften up. No, but of course, did anybody come anywhere close to a 10? Anybody teeter towards it? We're waiting to see your 10
the thing is, Zoe, they are all so close.
Yes.
You know, for me, it's when the music, the look and the dance all come together and the partnership comes together, and when I put my pen down and stop looking critically and I get carried away with it, that's when I award a 10. And that hasn't happened so far. It's come close, but hasn't happened.
It's come close. That's promising. OK. Sophie, what did you think? Good. Right, Caroline and Pasha, we're going to start looking and inspecting a little bit closer. Looking at Caroline, this was such an incredible dance, and so unfortunately she had that little slip.
I know.
On
I
her
think
frock.
it did throw her.
Yeah,
I think
I'm not
considerably
surprised.
because it's a nightmare. I mean, I have literally tried to do a high kick and fallen on my backside in dancing.
Is there
on
video
stage.
footage of that?
There
I
is,
hope so.
sadly.
Yeah.
But and I know it really does throw you because your mind is concentrating on what happened previously. But I mean, she was very professional. She went forward, she went onwards, she went upwards, and she maintained dignity throughout the dance, you know, after that little bit. I mean, that sometimes could really, you know, throw someone off completely, but she kept a cool and level head, which I thought was fantastic.
Good recovery.
Yeah,
and Rishi has been in touch. Evening, Rishi. Says, please grill Craig on his reasoning for only giving Caroline a 7. Hashtag outraged. Because it was brilliant. And apart from that little slip...
but it's not, you know, it's all in the judge's mind, isn't it, in that way, I think. I think it's a bit odd for people to say, oh, yeah, it's going to be worth this or it's worth that. It was only worth a 7 for me because it didn't go anywhere that I wanted it to go. I wanted it to really fly, and I just thought, actually, you know, that isn't an 8. It's a 7. And sometimes, yes, I'm wrong, and I admit to that. You know, and I may have been wrong in that case. It may have been worth an 8, but there isn't a lot you can do about it once you've marked it, you know?
OK.
And
all right,
Sophie agrees,
yes,
don't you, darling?
Sophie was definitely trying to tell us there something. Telepathy. Pixie and Trent and their Charleston, you were absolutely dumbfounded about how brilliant she was here.
Yeah.
But again, not perfection for you.
Yeah.
There was loads good with it. What was lacking?
Loads of good. What was lacking for me was a little bit of the grit and style of it, if I'm being absolutely honest. It could have been a little bit uglier, in a way. You know, Charleston's meant to be deep down, sort of fun, high octane, and it's meant to be quirky. She was trying to do the quirk, but it didn't quite suit her because she's a lot more elegant, naturally, you see. So it is a difficult thing, but it's, as I say, the music, for me, didn't particularly help the dance. If it had been different music, if it had been a different circumstance, I think she would have got a 10 for that. OK,
the speed of it was incredible. Mark's Tango, lovely Mark and Karen, you said he was full of testosterone.
Yeah.
We saw yet another side to Mr. Right this weekend.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did like it, and I liked it a lot, and I love his progression throughout this competition. I think he is becoming a phenomenon, to be honest, because when I saw him originally, I've got to be honest, I thought, actually, I don't see him going very far in the competition. You know, he just wasn't confident. I didn't think he'd be able to get it, but he's just been really quite explosive. And it wasn't the kiss, either, that has led me to this.
He's never influenced by such
No, but he really is doing a marvellous job. And it was just great to see that sort of strong testosterone-fueled side of him.
Nice work.
You know, a stern, hard, sort of, you know, aggressive performance.
Frankie and Kevin, a beautiful Viennese waltz from Lucy. They very rarely do anything wrong. They're amazing. But everybody talking about her foot. being slightly sickled or not quite in the right place. It
is where the foot actually sickles over rather than pointing out.
So it's not flat to the floor.
Yeah, well, it should be either in a straight line or when you point it, especially on that, when she did that slide.
Okay.
You've really got to have strong ankles and try and hold them strong, but they sort of sickled like that and then slid across the floor, which breaks the line. So it breaks the line of the foot, and you want to elongate the line of the foot. You must always think about that. Of course, we are being picky because she's
very picky.
Well, she's so perfect in everything else.
Then you've got to find some kind of fault.
Of course we do.
Jake and Jeanette, there was national hysteria when Jake twerked on the telly on Saturday.
Well,
there he goes again. I can't even look. Whoa.
Yeah, it was amazing, actually. I mean, this man seems to be able to come out, you know, with the goods all the time. And he had those couple of rough weeks, and now he is in full flight and full swing. And that was an exceptional dance for the entertainment of it. It wasn't brilliant technically, you know, but it was amazing to watch. And that's what Strictly's about. It's about entertainment and high-octane energy and seeing people that literally can't dance go and dance and get amazing. I mean, it's just fabulous.
I'm sorry we haven't got time to talk about Sinatra and Steve, but Sophie, it's been lovely to have you. Your tips on the final four, Sophie? OK, I think you might be right. Craig, Revel Horwood and Sophie, everybody. Our next couple nearly flatlined when they found themselves in the dance-off, but we're